Hello friends, my name is Satyam Gupta. Thank you so much for watching my video. So my request is, if you not subscribe my video, my channel till date, please subscribe and press the bell icon. So friends, this week I am coming with the topic called radiography testing, and I know this is a very big topic, and if you want to complete this topic in YouTube channel, it's very difficult because it will take 12 to 14 lectures to complete this. So before starting this technical topic, I will go to my favorite topic called principle. So in principle, we will revise the previous principle what we discussed earlier. So in that we actually segregate in two segments. Segment first is called culture segment, in which we learned how to create the culture. So in which we discussed everyday learning, we discussed respect every individual, we discussed lead with humility, we discussed behavior, we discussed anger management. So friends, our second segment is called continuous improvement segment, in which we discussed seek perfection, we discuss embrace scientific thinking, we discuss focus on processes, and today's topic is assure quality at source. So friends, assure quality at source is not only quality department task. Be sure, it's for everyone, from bottom to top, from top to bottom, for any department, from, you can say, like from receiving department to shipping department, from account department to marketing department. Quality at source is very important and essential for everyone. So friends, before starting in detail this topic, I just want to say one thing, like every organization mainly focus on productions, targets, value, schedule hour time, schedule day rate, and they have to focus also. I am not saying they do not focus in all this stuff. They have to. But the concern starts when they think, we will think only for these processes like production, like volume, like schedule hour time, like schedule day time. But they think like quality is someone else's job. Quality is not their job. So like, if any organization think in that way, like we will focus only production side, we will not focus on the quality side, then what will happen? Those kind of company get the customer complaint, those kind of company get blacklisted from the customer. So my second point, like how we can start thinking source quality at source or assure quality at source in our organization. So there are 5 processes. We need to understand one by one. Number 1, we need to start thinking Pokai Yokai system. I hope all of people heard about Pokai Yokai word. It's a mistake proofing. So friends, if I am telling you, like if in your organization, if you got any problem, as I told you earlier also, that this is the celebration day that you got the problem. And why celebration? Because this problem will not reoccur again. This is the problem which comes, in your knownness, and this will be the last day when this problem occurs. So Pokai Yokai is the fixing of the process. You will fix the process, you will create the checklist, you will make the system, so this problem will not reoccur in the system. And friends, second is the culture. Why I am saying culture? It's a zero defect culture. That we need to start a process in which, like, every department, every person think like zero defect will be our culture. Like if any person observe any problem, they will not pass to anyone else. They will stop immediately. Like whatever line is going on, whatever production is going on, they need to stop immediately because this is the problem and we are not going to execute this. And then their senior will take care, like they will advise them, that is for sure, but they need to stop the production. That is the culture we need to start in the company. And third, any rejected component. So that is the third point. Like people need to start like they do not accept any defected component in the process. And fourth one, they should not like pass the component, defected component. Like if any department found any observation, any discontinuity on the component, they should stop the component immediately. They should not pass to other department. So defected component will processed at the last. That is the point. And last, fifth one is they should not make the defected component. So what are the 5 things? Make defected component. If they know this is the defected component, they need to stop that. They don't make it. So like 5 process. First one is the Poka-Yoka system. Second one is the zero defect culture. Third one, never accept the defected component. Fourth one is the never pass the component, defected component. Fifth, never make the defected component. So friends, in many organizations, like what I feel and I understand from my friends, my people, that they have some certain pressure from the top management. Not I'm saying that top management is related with the MD level, maybe the middle management you can say, to meet the goal. So what the culture they are having, unfortunately they are having the culture in which they are not recording any problem. They are not recording the concern. So what will happen? On those organizations, the real data will not go to top management. So if top management don't know about the real data, so what will happen? Improvement will not happen. So in that organization, what kind of cases will happen? Cases of the fear fighting. Fear fighting is what? Like if anything happens, you cannot raise the point whenever you find the problem to your superior or whatever, and whenever the problem comes from the customer, they will make you punish, make you fire or whatever. So this is the big problem. We need to wake up now. Whenever we found any problem, we need to highlight in organization, so organization can think, the problem can go up to top management, so they can think, they can fix, and this problem will not go in the next process. So company rework time is also saved, company profitability is also saved due to this. So friends, like as I told you, like in any work we need to create more and more checklists so that we can fix our problem. Poka-Yoka, we need to start that, so that assure quality at source will be implemented in the company. Okay friends, I hope this principle will be very understand to you. And now we are moving to our technical topic, that is called radiography testing. So in radiography testing, friends, first I will tell you like what kind of source we are having in radiography testing. So if I am talking about the source, so in this a high electromagnetic beam is there, that may be X-ray, that may be gamma ray, which is basically the source from which energy will go or energy will generate and go in the component. Okay, so in radiography testing, source is high electromagnetic beam, that may be X-ray, that may be gamma ray. Second point, in which material radiography testing can be performed. So number 1, carbon steel, stainless steel, aluminum, and many more components, many more material in which we can able to perform radiography testing. So friends, if I am talking about the products, so in products, the welding, in welding we can perform radiography. In casting we can perform the radiography, and fabrication we can perform the radiography. But some of the component in which it's very difficult to perform radiography, and it is not recommended also. Like if I am talking about the plate. So how plate manufacture, friends? Plate manufacturing by rolling process. So in rolling process, what will happen? The microstructure will be elongated. So what will happen? The microstructure will be elongated, thickness will be low. So any defect is there, that will also elongate it. So we are not able to find it. So in plate and forging, it is not recommended to perform radiography. So friends, now if I am talking about what kind of defect we can observe in radiography. So number one, if any discontinuity or defect which are in between of the component, like in between of the component means internal defect we can observe. Suppose we have 50 mm thickness and defect is originated from 25 mm to 29 mm from the top. So that kind of defect we can identify by radiography. We can also identify the defect which are in the surface. We can identify that kind of defect also. So friends, now I am moving to principle of radiography. So in principle there are two words. Number one is the penetration, number second is the absorption. So penetration is what? In a simple sense, if I am telling you, like we are using high electromagnetic beam. High electromagnetic beam have the power, have the capability to pass certain material, certain body or certain things. Like if I am telling you that if you go to doctor and you just suppose you have a fracture in your hand and you go to doctor. So what doctor will do? Doctor will do the X-ray of your hand. X-ray you can think like X-ray is kind of radiography. So what will do? Doctor will place your hand and one X-ray machine in front of you. The X-ray will come and this X-ray high electromagnetic beam will penetrate the hand and back of the it one cassette is there. In cassette one film is there. So what will do? Your hand will be penetrated by X-ray or high electromagnetic beam, and whenever it penetrates your hand, it will absorb in the film. Backside one film is there and your energy will be absorbed. So whatever problem in your hand will be formed as a latent image or shadow image on the film. So doctor will see the film and by the help of shadow image of the discontinuity, he can identify this is the problem. The same funda lie in this. Okay, so now I am moving forward, like penetration and absorption, X-ray and gamma ray possesses the capability of penetrating material. So we already discussed this, like X-ray and gamma ray have the capability to penetrate the body. They have the capability to penetrate certain amount of steels. They have the capability to penetrate the certain amount of cement wall. But the material which has higher density, the X-ray and gamma ray does not have the capability to pass that. Like if I am talking about the lead sheet, like if lead, this is the calculation base, but I am telling you for your understanding. Like if I have a 10 mm thick lead wall, so it may happen, if calculation permits, it may happen that radiography will not pass 10 mm lead sheet. But in the same way, like 10 mm stainless steel sheet is there, so X-ray have the capability to pass that. Okay, so friends, the next point is in passing through material, the amount of absorption of any point is dependent upon the thickness and density. So thickness and density is very important for any component. Suppose I am taking an example like X-ray and gamma ray having a capability to pass the steel. But you can think like we have X-ray source. Okay, take the example, and we have 20 mm thick steel wall. So that can pass easily. But if we have 300 mm steel wall, so the same X-ray penetrate the 3 mm? That's a questionable. So by this I am saying the penetration, basically penetration is main work of the high electromagnetic beam, but absorption in the background of the film basically depend on the thickness of the component and density of the component. The next point is when the variation is detected and recorded, usually uniform, a means of imaging the internal structure of the material available. So the same thing happens. Like if you have a uniform thickness and you are going to X-ray it or radiograph it, then what will happen? The background absorption on the film will show the uniform result. But if the thickness is varying from top to bottom, or varying from certain limit to certain limit, then what will happen? The blackness of the radiograph will be varying. Okay friends, so now we are discussing about the latent image. The latent image produced in the film becomes a shadow picture of the specimen when the film processed. So I am talking about the latent image. What latent image is? Like suppose this is the component in which in between any problem is there. So what will happen? This is the film. This hand is showing the film, and from the top high electromagnetic beam is generated and penetrate the component. When penetrate the component goes in the film, film will absorb the radiation. So what will happen? If any defects on the specimen, that will create the latent image and shadow image over the film. And after the processing, that latent image you can evaluate, you can analyze. So friends, after this I am going to show you some animation. So by the help of animation, I am damn sure that you will 100% understand the process and principle of radiography. So friends, for any radiography, the essential parameter we have defined. So you can see the first essential component is the source of the X-ray and gamma ray. So blue color, you can find that this is the radiation source, which is basically generating the X-ray and gamma ray. And 2 number is the test object. Red color, you can see this is the test object. And third is the recording media. So green color, you can see the red recording media in which film is there, which after the penetration of the component, the absorption will be happening in this film. So what will happen? The source will create the X-ray and gamma ray, and X-ray and gamma ray penetrate this object, and after the penetration, the absorption will be done by film, the green color. So next you can see that there are two kind of effect. One is the density effect. If density is low, material is aluminum, so you can see that this is the material, this is the component, and this is the film. So source from the source, X-ray and gamma ray generated, and it will cross the component, penetrate the component, and absorb in the film. So this is the aluminum material, so you can see this is the darker. In aluminum, density is low, but if you are talking about the steel, so density is like 7800 kg per mm cube. So you can see this is the lighter. So friends, by the help of this, you can understand, like if density is low in the material, so it will be darker in nature in radiograph after the developing. But if density is higher, so developed radiography film is lighter in nature. So friends, we are moving next, that is the thickness effect. If thickness is uniform of single specimen or component, you can see the uniform darkness. But if thickness is increases, you can see it is a lighter one. So again we will understand this. This is the source generator from X-ray and gamma ray generator. This is the component and this is the film. So X-ray will penetrate the material, absorb in the cassettes. So when no thickness variation is there, this is the uniform black color. When thickness is increases, you can see the set change. In less thickness is darker, high thickness is lighter. So in stage 2 you can distinguish, in stage 3 also you can distinguish the more darker, more lighter. So friends, now I am talking about defects. The same process, the source generator, material, you can see this defects. This defect is created. So what main funda is happening there? This will decrease the thickness of the component. That's why you understand in the previous slide that whenever thickness is lower, this is the darker, and when thickness is higher, it's a lighter. So whenever you can see the defect is there in the component, it will show
darker in nature in radiograph. And when but the important is defect, if void any gas or anything is there, that is the lighter in density. If instead of this, any high density material is there, like tungsten inclusion, it will show white in nature. So you can say that this is the lighter in density defect, and this show darker in radiograph. Okay, so friends, now I am talking about the same thing in this, like you can see the black color or darker color. So you can see the blowhole in the specimen, steel specimen. Density of the defect is less than density of the specimen, but density of the specimen is less than the density of defect, then it will show lighter in nature, white in nature, like tungsten inclusion in GTAW process. The contrast, you can see, like low contrast, you can identify the gray color between black color. This is a low contrast. High contrast, white color versus black color, you can easily identify that. In this figure, friends, you can see the X-ray generated by anode and directed by diaphragm, and X-ray will enter in the material, penetrate the defect, and this defect latent image will absorb or form in X-ray film. So you can see that after the penetration, the electromagnetic beam whichever left from the material will go and absorb in the X-ray film. So after this, friend, we will show one demo source specimen, and you can see the defect, and when radiation goes, it will form latent image on the film, and you cannot directly see this film. Actually, you need to develop this film, then you can see in the viewer. Okay, we will see once again this thing. The source generated the X-ray and gamma ray, high electromagnetic beam. It will crosses the defect and form the latent image in the film, and after the processing of this film, you can see this defect in the radiograph. So in the next slide, you can see there are 3 steps which need to follow. Step 1, in step 1 we need to expose the film by X-ray and gamma ray, so you can see. And number 2 step, development of the film in the dark room. So in this process, like the exposed film, we need to keep some time in developer. After that, we need to some time in stop bath, then fixture to fix the defect in the film, then wash it. And third step is the radiograph viewed. So after the developing the film, it will called radiograph, but before the developing it is called radiography film, but after the developing it is called radiograph.
So friends, I hope this animation will very much clear to you about the radiography. And now I am moving to advantage and limitation part. So in radiography, what are the advantages we have? Like, can be used with most material, as I told you that carbon steel, stainless steel, all of the stainless steel grade, aluminum and many other more material, we can perform radiography. And second, it provide a permanent visual image. So you know, if you remember in the ultrasonic testing, what will happen? A trained technician can do the UT and he can visualize the result and make the report. In form of DP, the same thing happened. The trained inspector will do the dye penetrant testing and see the result. But in radiography, what will happen? The film will carry what you have. The film, you can see the result anytime. Maybe after 5 years, maybe after 10 years. So it is the permanent visual record you are carrying with you. The third thing is the reveal the internal nature of the material. You can also see the behavior of internal structure of the material in radiography. Okay, the fourth one is it's a disclosed fabrication error. Suppose in a top of the fabrication, like 200 feet away, a structure is having any welding defect and you have the radiography film. So by the help of radiography film, you can say that joint is having some problem, need to correct it. So this is the power of radiography. That is the advantage of radiography. The last one is the reveal structural discontinuity. Any kind of structural discontinuity you can see by the help of radiography. Now I am talking about the limitation part of the radiography. So like it is impractical to use on the specimen complex geometry. If any geometry having the complex in nature, it is very difficult to perform radiography. We need to think for some other method to identify the integrity of the component, but any complex geometry, radiography is very difficult. The second point is component must have two-sided accessibility. I think by the help of animation you can able to understand. Suppose this is the component. So source will go in the top and film will go in the bottom. So both side accessibility is required in radiography. The third one is the lamination planar defect will be undetected. As I told you that this is not recommended for plate and forging. So in plate, lamination and planar defect created. So that defect we cannot identify and record in radiography film. The fourth one is the high safety consideration imposed by X-ray, gamma ray must be considered. Friends, in radiography, the safety is mainly very prime thing, and before starting radiography, like we need to very much focus about the safety side. We have to have the safety inspector also in our site while performing the radiography. So safety is very essential because this radiation will damage your tissue. So you know sometimes people can die also. So this is very dangerous, friends. So safety norms is very important for radiography. So that is the limitation side. And the last is the expensive. This is damn expensive process, friends. So friends, I hope you like this video, and I tried my all level best to make this video, and I will keep making video for you every week. Thank you so much.